All right, we have the Baltimore Ravens at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers. As you can see, it's a divisional game that is very big for the standings and the playoffs, and has been flexed for the game on Saturday for the 4:30 game. Um, but I just want to remind you guys to subscribe and turn on notifications because I see a lot of you saying you get these videos too late and the lines have already changed by then. And that does happen. So if you subscribe and turn notifications on and comment, then you should be getting these videos right as they are published and won't have any problems there. Uh, the current line at DraftKings is -6 towards the Ravens. Money line -285, +6 for the Steelers. And I love this as a teaser opportunity with another game, and I wouldn't mind putting that with the Broncos. That is a +3 spread at DraftKings right now. So it would take up to 12 for the Steelers, and I would take it up to 9 for the Broncos. And I expect that hopefully both these games just to stay within a touchdown, but you never know. But Steelers and Ravens typically are very close games, and I'm hoping that is the thing for this game, and I'm hoping that the Broncos and the Chargers go the same way. My two teasers I did last week is all I bet. Um, I won both those teasers, so I'm going to try that out again this week. But I'm going to start with the Steelers, +6 teaser with the Broncos, and so as I said, +9 for the Broncos and +12 for the Steelers. We got a total of 45 points currently, and watch the weather because I could easily see that going under. But I'm guessing the reason why for that is 50.8 would be the total with the points per game on offense only, 45.5 on defense only, and 48.1 in our simulation. So everything pointing towards the over, but I wouldn't be surprised if this game went under, especially in Baltimore weather, and you never know you get. So watch the weather. The weather gets bad, you better bet on the under really fast. I would. Um, Points per game, 25 points per game for the Ravens. On offense, 19.8 for that Ravens defense, finally getting better in the secondary. 25.8 for the Steelers offense, but defense, last 4 games, giving up the points lately. And you could see this in their passing yards per game in the previous, say, 10 weeks ago or 6 weeks ago. You could see that in their average, but they were really buckling down in the red zone. Not so much lately. So that has definitely been a problem for the Steelers. So they're giving up that 25.8 on defense. So we'll see. They played Lamar Jackson really well early in the season. So we'll see if they can pick that up. But that was also in Pittsburgh, and this is going to be very different in Baltimore. Passing yards per attempt is currently 8.1 for the Ravens offense, 5.8 on defense, 8.0 for the Steelers offense, doing great, throwing big plays, but they're giving up a whopping 7.6 on defense, as I was talking about, and I'll say 2 for 42 through the air on defense for the Steelers last 4 games too. So if you have those together, that's what I was talking about. That is their weakness, and teams are finally going after them in that area, and it's really been killer on them. Rushing yards per attempt, 5.7 for the Ravens, 3.7 for the Ravens defense, 3.6 on offense for Steelers. Harris just can't get himself going on that team. That's made a lot of mistakes, fumbled that big play in the red zone last week, and it was just an easy pitch to catch. But this disaster, 4.2 on Steelers defensive side. Definitely leaning towards the Ravens with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, but you could say that every week, and they have been stopped. Let's look at points per play, 2.8 for the Ravens on offense, 2.8 on defense, 2.6 on offense for Steelers, but 3.2 on defense. Total expected point spread would be -4.7, leaning towards the Ravens, That's a no bet. Point differential only negative 1.1. And I feel good about that 6-point teaser bringing up to 12. Um, then we got, if we just did offense, negative 11.8 spread towards Ravens would be a bet. And on defense, it would lean negative 3.4. If you do total expected points, or not total expected points, remember I went over the total expected point spread that adds in special teams. But most of the struggles with total expected points for the Ravens have been the kicking game. So if you only do offense defense, you're looking at 15.2 spread towards the Ravens offense defense spread, and that's a huge number. So that would definitely be over my 12-point teaser or 6-point teaser, bringing up the Steelers, or 12. I just think these teams know each other so well with Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh have played each other many times. So my other models, points per game model, is -2 for last 3 games, -4.5 for average of season in the last 3 games. And then yards per play, offense, defense, -4.5 and -4.5. Those are for last 3, and then average last 3 and season. A lot of things leaning towards Steelers, and a lot of things leaning towards the Ravens. Tucker kicks the ball good. They could really blow this team out also. Let's just scroll over here to game cards. In our simulations, we got 65.8% chance towards Ravens, a -4 spread. That would be 2 off the current spread. And that would be a no bet in the total points, as I've gone over already, but 48 would be an over. But I'm looking at the under, especially with hoping for some bad weather in Baltimore, but we got to watch the weather and make sure. The game cards are basically all Baltimore at this point. Yards per play is the only one. That's 0.7 less, which Steelers, that just comes from Russell Wilson bombing it. And if Ravens can play defense against that, it's going to be a struggle for the Steelers because they have no run game whatsoever. And then you got turnovers, which leans towards Steelers because Lamar Jackson has been throwing interceptions, fumbling, doing all the things you don't want to do, because they could easily won by more last week. But he had that big fumble, and I believe he had at least 1 interception. So, anyways, for me, as I said earlier, I'm doing a 6-point teaser, so bring it up to 12. And then I'm doing the Broncos too, which would bring that +3 for the Broncos up to 9. And that would be my teaser probably this week. Can't win them all though, so if you end up on betting on these games, good luck. My name's Jordy. You've been watching Batman Sports Betting, and I'll see you in the next video.